Hello, it's Mila from Hacky Russian, and I'm here to help you learn Russian language easy, fast, and with lots of fun. This video is for complete beginners, so if you're just starting to learn Russian language and you wonder how to read these crazy Russian letters, you are in a good place because I will show you some really easy tips to how to memorize these letters, how to make it easier for you to remember how to read them in words, and I will also give you some practice, some reading practice that will be so easy and it will help your brain to remember these letters much better. Are you ready? Let's start! Let's first look at the Russian alphabet as a whole. As you can see just in front of you, it consists of 33 letters, 21 consonants, 10 vowels, and 2 signs. Yes, in Russian language we have 2 signs, and you will see it's not really that difficult to learn them and it's not really difficult to pronounce them in words. But there is also a very important thing to know. In Russian language there are 33 letters, but 42 sounds. So actually this is the way these letters can be pronounced. So there are 6 vowel sounds and 36 consonant sounds. It may seem really unbelievable, but believe me, it's not really that complicated, and we will analyze every Russian letters. You will see that it's not really that difficult. So let's first start with Russian letters that are almost the same as English letters. The first one is a letter A. A. It's quite easy to remember, especially because it looks like an English A. And it sounds almost the same as an English A in words like bar or partner. So it's quite open. But there are also some cases, well, only one case actually, when it can be pronounced as E. But it's really easy to understand when you need to pronounce it. I explain all this in my pronunciation course. If you want, you can find a link in the description. Believe me, you will find all possible and impossible rules for Russian pronunciation. And I also like giving word associations for each letter. So for a letter A, we have a word association Alenka. So you can see it just here, and it's a brand of Russian chocolate. And now we'll have some practice with Russian-English similar words, so-called cognates. These are the words that look and sound the same in both languages. This is a very good practice for you when you just start learning Russian language, because it will make it easier for you to remember these letters. Of course, for the moment you cannot read these words, I understand, because you don't know every Russian letter. So that is why I will read it for you and you will try to guess what it is in English. Normally it will be easy for you because they really sound almost the same. So let's try. The first word is alphabet. Try to guess. You can pause this video if you want. Alphabet. And in English it is alphabet. Sure, it's alphabet. Alphabet. The next word is aviация. Try to guess. Aviация. In English it is aviation, of course. The next word is address. Try to guess. In English it is address, of course, address. Next word is really easy. Аэропорт. Try to guess. In English, it is an airport, of course. Airport. Аэропорт. Аэропорт. Next is the word accent. Accent. Try to guess. Accent. In English, it is an accent. Of course. Accent. 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 And the last word that starts with the letter A is анализ. Анализ. Try to guess. Анализ. And in English, analysis, of course. Analysis. So, if you want, I actually have a whole guide with 800 English-Russian cognates, so these words that are similar in both languages, divided by topics, so that it is easier for you to learn and remember them. The next Russian letter that is almost the same as in English is the letter K. K. So this is its name, K. K. But in words, its sound will be K. K. There are also some cases when it will actually be pronounced as G. G. But I explain all this in my pronunciation course, and unfortunately I cannot put everything here because it will be too much. And yeah, so mostly, well, for the moment you can remember that it should sound as K. K in words. So it is quite similar to an English K in words like kayak or kit. So K, K. And the word association for this letter is kokoshnik. Kokoshnik is great because you also learn some interesting facts about Russian culture. So you can see this kokoshnik just here, and kokoshnik is a traditional Russian headdress worn by women or girls. It's really beautiful. Well, of course, you will not see it nowadays. We don't wear it just like this on the street. It was worn in the past. But nowadays, of course, some women can buy it just for fun, and you can definitely find it if you want on the internet. And yeah, really, it is so beautiful. Let's have some practice now. So again, we have these Russian-English similar words or cognates. I will read it first and you will need to guess. The first word is культура. 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 Try to guess what it is. So, культура in English is a culture. Culture. Культура. Культура. The next word is категория. 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 Try to guess. What is it? Категория. It's a category. Категория. Категория. The next word, and I believe that is quite easy to guess it, it is коллега. 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 So, in English it is a colleague. A colleague. Коллега. Next is the word контракт. Контракт. Contract. Try to guess. Contract, it is a contract, of course. A contract, contract. Next is the word клуб. 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 In English, it is a club. Club. Клуб. Клуб. Next, well, this is really easy. Ketchup. 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 And in English, ketchup. Well, this is the same really. Ketchup. Ketchup. And the last, again, is very easy. It is a word coffee. Coffee. In English, coffee. Of course. Coffee. 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 Next we have a Russian letter M. M, again its official name is M, but in words it will sound like M, M, M. So it sounds just the same as in English M in mother. Mother, in Russian it will be mama, mama. So we also have a word association, and I believe that you know what it is. It is a Russian matryoshka. 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 Matryoshka is a traditional Russian doll with several smaller dolls inside it. It's also quite beautiful, isn't it? And now some practice. Again, I pronounce some Russian words and you will need to guess what it is in English. So the first word, and it really sounds almost the same as its English equivalent, it is мой. Мой, мой. In English it is my or mine. Next is the word mama. Mama. If you were careful, actually I already named this word. Mama. In English it is mother. Mama. Mother. Well, of course, it doesn't sound completely the same, but I believe that it's not really that difficult to remember. Next is the word менталитет. Менталитет. Менталитет, and in English it is a mentality. Quite easy. Менталитет. Mentality. Менталитет. Next is the word момент. Момент. Момент, and in English it is a moment. A moment. Next is the word музыка. Музыка, and in English music. Музыка. Music. Музыка. Next, модель. Модель. In English it is a model. Модель. A model. And the last one, I believe this one shouldn't be really difficult. Мотивация. Мотивация. Мотивация, and in English it is motivation, of course. Motivation. By the way, in one of my videos I explained some particular features of these Russian English cognates, so the way actually to know how to form English equivalents from Russian words when you know some endings. So for example, in this case, мотивация, this ending ция corresponds to an English shin. Мотивация, motivation. Мотивация, motivation. There are lots of words like this. For example, революция, революция, revolution, эволюция, evolution, and so on. So I believe that this letter doesn't really need an introduction because you already know how to pronounce it. It's just like an English O in a word like bog, a bog. But there is a very important point that I need to make here. This letter O is not always pronounced as O. In some words, it will be pronounced as A. So actually, in all situations when this letter O is not stressed, it should be pronounced as A. Of course, if you pronounce this letter O as O, everywhere, in all situations, people will understand you, but you will sound very, very weird and not natural. Do you want to sound weird? Well, if not, you will need to remember this. And the word association for this letter is окрошка. Окрошка. You can see its picture here, it's really good. Окрошка, so pay attention to this word. As you can see, as you can hear, I don't pronounce it as okroshka because the first letter O is not stressed, and that is why I pronounce it as A. Окрошка. Окрошка. So окрошка is a Russian cold soup with raw vegetables and with a Russian drink called kvass. It's a bread drink and it's really good as well. And now let's have some practice with Russian English similar words. The first word is office. Office, I believe that it's really easy to understand what it is. Office, and in English it is office, of course. Office, office, office. Next is the word организация. Организация. Do you remember about this ция in the end of words? Try to guess how it will be in English. Организация, and in English it is organization. Organization. Организация, organization. Next is the word opera. Opera. It should be easy. Opera. And the same in English, opera. Opera, opera. Of course, the pronunciation is not the same, but it sounds almost the same. We have different sounds in English, but as you can see, these words are similar. So next we have a word, well, it doesn't start with the letter O, it has it in the middle, and it's a word show. Show, show. What it is in English? It is show. Show, show. Well, the same. Show, show. Next we have a word optimist. Optimist. Again, I don't pronounce O as O, I pronounce it as A because it's not stressed. Optimist. Optimist. Try to guess what it is. Optimist and optimist, of course. Optimist, optimist. And the last word is progress. Progress. Again, always pronounced as A because it's not stressed. Progress. Progress. In English, a progress. 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 And the last letter that is almost the same as in English is a letter T. 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 In words, it will be pronounced as T. 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 So it should be pronounced just as in English T in words like table. Table. T. T. With a less aspiration. So, T. T. But you also need to know that it can be modified in words. So sometimes it can be pronounced as D. Not T, but D. Again, if you want to learn more, I explain all this in my pronunciation course. And the word association that we have with this letter is Tolstoy. Tolstoy. So it's actually a surname of a very famous Russian writer who wrote such masterpieces as War and Peace and Anna Karenina. So this is Tolstoy. And now let's have some practice. The first word is text. Text. Come on, it should be easy. Text, and in English it is text. Sure, text. Text, text. Next is the word trend. Trend. Again, it's very easy. Trend, trend. And in English, a trend. Of course, a trend. Next is the word трагедия. Трагедия, трагедия, трагедия. Tragedy, трагедия, tragedy. Next is the word Телефон, телефон, telephone, and in English, a telephone, of course. Телефон, телефон. Next is a word статуя, статуя, and in English, a statue, статуя, статуя. And the last word, and it's not a Russian word, it is a borrowed word, so that is why it's really easy to guess it. It is tennis. Tennis. Well, I believe that you already understand what it is, of course. Tennis. It's very easy to guess it. So we have just covered Russian letters that are almost the same as in English, and you can see in front of you these 10 words that you can read. So you can read them even without knowing the whole alphabet, because we have only these letters that are similar in English. So that is why it's quite easy for you to read them. The first word is atom. 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 You can read it. A-T-O-M. Try to read the second word. So the second word, it's a name, and it is Tom. Tom. The third word, can you read it? Com. Com. The fourth, Coma. 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 Look at the word number 5. Cot. Cot. It's a cat. Cot. Cot. The word number 6. So, talk. Talk. T-O-K. Talk. Number 7. Так. Так. Number 8. Мак. Мак. M-A-K. Мак. Number 9. Mat. Mat. Curse words. Mat. Mat. And the last one is, oh, actually we already read it before, so it is mama. Ma-ma. Mama. You can read these words again and just to wonder that, hey, you can read them easily without any effort because you already know how to read these letters in English. So this is the end of the lesson 1. You can now take a break and you can come back to learn more. So next time we will learn Russian letters that look the same as English letters but sound differently. So this time it will be a little bit more difficult.